They say some people are born with silver spoons. But Rita was born with the whole kitchen. From the very beginning, life never told her no. She grew up in a house that didn't just sit on the street, it announced itself. Tall fence, heavy gate, generator humming like background music. If you stood outside, you already knew, important people lived here. Before we go on, I would like to kindly ask that you please subscribe to the channel, like the video and drop a comment. It would mean so much to me. Inside the house, things moved without Rita lifting a finger. Beds made themselves. Clothes washed themselves. Food appeared like magic. If Rita was thirsty, she didn't stand up. She shouted. Rita didn't know how to sweep. Didn't know how to wash plates. Didn't even know how to iron a shirt. Why would she? There were always people whose job it was to do things for her. And very early, she learned something dangerous. People moved faster when she raised her voice. If food came late, she complained like she was being starved. If a maid made a mistake, she embarrassed her loudly. If something didn't go her way, she turned it into drama. And everyone adjusted. By the time Rita entered secondary school, she already carried herself like someone who owned the air around her. Her words were sharp. Her tone disrespectful. And her confidence wasn't built on self-worth, it was built on fear. Once, a maid brought her breakfast slightly cold. Rita pushed the plate away with one finger. "Are you mad?" she snapped. "Do I look like someone that eats nonsense?" The maid apologized until her voice shook. Rita felt satisfied. That feeling, power, she liked it. At school, nothing changed. If anything, it got worse. She attended one of those big city schools parents brag about. Clean classrooms. Trained teachers. Strict rules. Rules Rita ignored. She came late almost every day. When teachers asked questions, she smiled and walked past. If she was punished, her parents were cold, and somehow, the punishment disappeared. She noticed the pattern quickly. And once she noticed, she abused it. She slept in class. Scrolled on her phone. Laughed when lessons were going on. Her grades dropped, but she didn't care. "School is not for people like us," she once said to her friends. "Money will handle everything." Some students admired her lifestyle. Others hated her attitude. Rita noticed neither. She lived inside comfort like it was a bubble that nothing could pierce. At home, her parents watched the change with quiet fear. Mr. Adebayo was a respected man. Church elder. Businessman. A man people greeted with two hands. Mrs. Adebayo was gentle, soft-spoken, known for wisdom. Together, they looked like the perfect family. But inside the house, they were scared. Rita barely greeted anymore. When she did, it was without eye contact. Always on her phone. Always irritated. Mrs. Adebayo tried everything. Soft talks. Firm talks. Late-night conversations. "My daughter," she said once, "this life you're living won't help you." Rita laughed. "Mummy, please. You worry too much." Those words hurt more than insults. Mr. Adebayo noticed things too. Visitors felt uncomfortable around Rita. Maids quit often. Whispers followed them in church. One Sunday, a woman pulled Mrs. Adebayo aside. "Madam," she said carefully, "your daughter is beautiful, but her character needs attention." Mrs. Adebayo smiled. Then cried that night in silence. The breaking point came during a visit from a family friend. Rita insulted the woman openly over where she sat. "Why are you sitting there?" Rita snapped. The room froze. Mr. Adebayo stood up immediately. "Rita." She rolled her eyes. "For what?" That moment broke something. After the visitor left, Mr. Adebayo called Rita to sit. "You have no respect," he said quietly. Rita laughed. "You're exaggerating." That laugh felt like a slap. That night, her parents talked until dawn. About guilt. About mistakes. About fear. And one word kept returning. Boarding school. Mrs. Adebayo was afraid. "She'll hate us." Mr. Adebayo sighed. "But if we don't act, we lose her completely." By morning, the decision was made. Rita slept peacefully that night. She had no idea comfort was about to end. When they told her, she thought it was a joke. Then she screamed, cried, threw things. "You can't do this to me." Mrs. Adebayo cried too. "We're trying to save you." "Save me from what?" Rita shouted. "From enjoying my life?" Preparations were quiet. Forms filled. Calls made. One school name kept coming up. Oluwasian College. And one woman. Madame Fallard. People spoke about her like a warning. On the day Rita arrived, her confidence cracked for the first time. The buildings were old. Serious. Students walked in straight lines. No noise. No laughter. No nonsense. Madame Fallard didn't shout. She didn't smile either. "Carry your box properly," she said. Rita struggled. No one helped. "This is not a hotel," Madame Fallard said calmly. "This is a training ground." Rita's bed was near the door. "So you'll learn to wake up fast," Madame Fallard said. Rita swallowed her protest. Something told her arguing was useless. The shock hit immediately. Early mornings. Sweeping. Washing. Prep time. Silence. Rules that didn't bend. The first time she was told to sweep, she laughed. "I don't do that." She was punished. The second time she talked back, punished again. The third time, she cried quietly at night. Nothing worked. No shouting. No connections. No attitude. Only consequences. Slowly, painfully, things began to change. She learned to make her bed. To wash clothes. To speak with respect. One evening, Madame Fallard said quietly, "You are improving." Rita froze. No one had praised her like that in years. When Rita fell sick one rainy night, Madame Fallard brought her food herself. "Discipline without care is cruelty," she said. Rita turned her face away, tears burning. By second term, Rita was different. Still confident, but calmer. Still bold, but respectful. She became a leader. Not by shouting, but by example. When conflict arose, she spoke gently. When mistakes happened, she corrected without insults. Even her academics improved. Not because she became a genius, but because she stopped pretending. By final year, new students didn't believe stories of her past. "That Rita?" they asked. "She's so kind." At graduation, Madame Fallard called her forward. "Tell them your story." Rita did. And the hall was silent. Years later, Rita returned, not as a student, but as a guest speaker. Standing at the gate, she smiled. Not with pride. With gratitude. Madame Fallard met her. "You chose to change," she said. Rita nodded. "Yes, ma." And as she left the school, Rita knew the truth. Comfort didn't ruin her. Lack of discipline almost did. If this story touched you, share it. Someone out there needs it.